How would you like to go on a tour with me at Madison Citrus Nursery? If you would, come along. Here we are in our foyer, the beginning of the greenhouse. This is where sanitation starts. We get sprayed down at the front door. We have a second door, positive pressure. Come on through. This is where we pull our orders that are going to be shipped. If you look over the rows, each variety has a name tag. We only stage anywhere from 10 to 25 of each variety here. There's approximately 540 varieties in this area that we pull from on Mondays and Tuesdays when we ship. The rest of the greenhouses here is where the trees are actually grown. There will be some varieties, there will be rows of 3,000, such as Shiranui. Meyer lemon, we grow them in groups of 500 to 1,000. There's many different varieties in this greenhouse. So now we'll go back in some of our larger houses. Right here is one that's very popular, Australian red pulp finger lime. Then it goes into another one of the finger lime varieties. This is just Australian finger lime. It's a green one. Here's one of our new varieties. This is Madison Citrus Nursery number 1. It's a variegated sweet orange. If you look to the right here, there's a table that has just been prepared to be grafted. No grafted have been installed yet. Here's a table of multiple varieties. It was grafted about 3 weeks ago. You can tell they're growing out nicely. There'll be a divider in between each variety. Every section will have a label on it. Eventually, once we prune them and get them with a stake in them, we'll come back and put a label on every one of the trees. You can see varieties have already grown up and been topped out, so we're getting lateral branches on those so that when they go out to a grove or wherever they go to, they'll be well-branched small trees. Here's a table of 942 rootstock that will be grafted eventually. Then we have tables that have been grafted. This one starts out with Meyer lemon on 942 rootstock. Come on through to tables that are grafted for the farmers to go to groves eventually. This first table here is a dwarfing rootstock, flying dragon. These are mediocre size rootstocks, 942. This one has marathon on it. It's a restricted variety. Come on through the tables that have Kishu. This one has, I think, 4 varieties on it. This first one here is Sugar Bell, a very popular variety. Makes a beautiful tree. Then we're in our kumquat section. There'll be all the varieties of kumquats are grafted through here. Over here, we're back into tangos and shiranuis. Another table of rootstock that's being ready to be grafted in a few weeks. Getting back into here to where our limes are grafted. Our limes are grafted on Rangpur, is the lime rootstock. Then we're back into some mandarins, back into some lemons. Another rootstock that's going to be grafted pretty soon. Another table that is folded over to induce the graft to take quick for dominance of the bud being taller. Come back into another house that we mainly grow 3-gallon trees in. These are to be shipped on the website or for garden centers to pick up for retail. If you notice, we'll have every different size from trees that have just been potted into 3 gallons to trees that are overgrown and ready for someone to pick up and plant in their yard to be instant gratification. Here we're into another section of mandarins, owaries, several different mandarins, brown selects, even some finger limes, a little bit of all the varieties. We try to keep anywhere from 25 to 500 of most of the varieties available at all times of the ones that we do sell in 3 gallons. In this room, we pull large orders that are going to be shipped out in bulk. We can get them pulled here, can close this door, open the other door, and that way keeps the insects out and positive pressure on that to keep sanitation down at the nursery. These trees in this area are specially grown for a customer to go to a test plot in the Carolinas. We don't grow a lot of fruit in the greenhouse because we prefer growth on the trees, but some of the varieties are just prolific. This orange quat is just a beautiful tree. For a patio tree or a yard tree, you just can't get anything that has more color in the fall. Now we're back into our Budwood houses where we grow the Budwood. If you order Budwood from us, this is where it'll be pulled from. This house and the next house we're going through. This is where we actually grow our Budwood. There's approximately 550 varieties here. Some varieties we'll only have 3 to 4 of if it's not a well-known variety or something that's really good. The varieties we need a lot of buds of, for commercial varieties, we might have as many as 1,000 of those trees. For instance, Hamlin Sweet Orange, very popular in groves. We grow a lot of budwood for Hamlins. You can see a few fruit hanging in there. Everything in this house is in alphabetical order, so we start at the front with the A's, go to the end, wrap around, and all the way back to the other end with the very last one, which is I'm not sure of at this time because we're always adding to it. Another beautiful tree to have in your yard is Centon. Just makes a lot of fruit, hangs there for a long time, just adds a lot of color to a landscape. Another thing, since everything's in alphabetical order, we don't have it grouped together with kumquats and lemons and limes and all, so it's a little difficult to see the difference in each lemon or each lime habit or each mandarin habit grown side by side. But if we need to compare some of those, we're able to go through and do that. Now, if you notice, occasionally you'll come to a group of plants that is just really yellow. Why are they like that? Okay, we got to remember it's fall of the year. These are grafted trees and they are a trifoliate. It is a rootstock. But mandarins, lemons, grapefruit, they all do this, or some of them do it because they're grafted to a cold hardy rootstock that tries to make them go dormant in the fall because of the cooler temperatures, the shorter day length. So you're going to have this yellowing of the leaves. It's perfectly normal. A lot of customers will be upset because they do receive a tree that is yellow and they want to know why. Well, we've grafted them to a dwarfing rootstock or a rootstock that is more cold hardy, so they will start going dormant and they will lose the chlorophyll in their leaves, store it, and be ready for spring growth. Another tree that's very popular is the citrons. It makes a lot of fruit. It's not a true lemon, but this is where our lemons came from. We keep our trees pruned and chopped back for budwood, so it looks like it doesn't have much foliage in there. But even with us trimming the foliage out for budwood, it still produces a lot of fruit. Come back to on down here to some of our Australian desert limes. Very unusual tree. Makes a small lime. Not really a usable fruit, but it is a very unusual tree. We're in a few of the mandarins here. Into some of the oranges. Now we're in some of our US rootstock varieties, and you can tell that we grow a lot of the trifoliates that are just used for rootstock. And because they are in alphabetical order right here, a lot of our variegated varieties come through. This is just one of the most beautiful patio trees you can get. It's one of the variegated calamondins. This tree is about 5 years old, so it don't overgrow. We don't take budwood off of this tree, we just let it grow and be pretty. We have a lot of other trees we take the budwood off of. So for a patio tree that you want to stay small, have color, just the eye catcher, that's a really good one. Another one of those that likes to produce a lot of fruit. Volcromer lemon, not my favorite lemon, but relatively cold hardy, easy to grow. Looks like we've got some chemical damages here, but this is actually willow leaf sour orange. It'll produce one flush of willow leaves, and then it'll produce a flush of normal leaves. Back into some of the mandarins, some of the kumquats, centennial kumquat, just a beautiful tree, produces a lot of foliage, actually a pretty decent kumquat. We're up here with the Australian red pulp finger lime. You'll see all the finger limes on it all the way down through. The Australian red pulp is one of the best producers of fruit. If you want something for a patio plant, a conversation piece, great flavor to add to some of the dishes or to garnish something with. Just an all around one of the best finger limes to grow. A MOA 8 makes a pretty good container plant, pretty good in the yard. In December, January, the fruit gets really red on the inside, has a good taste for a blood orange. It's an easy one to grow. This area right here is the 3 gallons that we have on the website. So if you have ordered a tree from us on the website, this is the area that it's pulled from. If you notice across the back row is the variety name, so we can find them. They're also in alphabetical order, so it makes them faster for us to pull on the days that we're shipping. Gorgeous little plant here, very unusual. That is limeberry. Makes a real small fruit that turns really red in the fall. Just a great eye catcher, easy plant to grow, stays small. So we made the complete circle, almost back where we started from, but you can tell we've got more tables of rootstock that are ready to be grafted. Fukushu kumquats there, one of our best-selling kumquats, my absolute favorite as far as ease to grow, production of the tree, and taste of the fruit. It's just a very tender fruit, easy to eat. So here we are with some trees that are ready to be picked up by a customer or given away as gifts today. Wish y'all could be with us. Come see us.